Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Violent Memoir. I'm your host, Will, and as always, we have.
Yummy food.
Since when does Great start, Will. Since when is cannibalism real?
Well, you don't know?
Okay. And as always, with Violent Memoir, we have May. Clap, 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 clap.
Clap, clap, clap.
Clap, clap, clap.
Hello. Can autumn and winter come? Cause I'm tired of I'm tired of summer. Give me the dark and cold and gloomy Swedish winter where the sun is up for like an hour and then fucks off.
No. Anyway, let's.
Check that tattoo.
I'm gonna grab. Nope. Let's play the video game. Here goes nothing. Why is Wallace not? What? Here goes nothing. Sitting down in the desk chair, I'm struck by how uncomfortable it is. Cushion is such a thin layer that and the tail hole isn't positioned properly. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised considering this is student lodging, but I'll push that aside for now and focus on the diary in front of me. Holding the cover in my fingertips, the reality of what this book Is that a sentence? May?
Holding
It's missing an is between book and dawns.
Okay. Holding the cover in my fingers, the reality of what this book is dawns on me.
It could also be contains.
Fair. This is the diary of a girl who killed 3 people and then herself. A murderer's diary. What would I even find in here? Sick thoughts, a way of wanting to hurt people, a motive. Maybe it'll be completely normal? Honestly, that might actually be worse. I'm knocked out of my stupor by a text message on my phone. It's from Lily. We all exchanged our numbers during lunch.
Yo, just wanted to remind you to bring the diary tomorrow. We'll need it.
Indubitably.
Number 2, Moro.
Shut up. I just want to give it a bit of a read now.
Cool, let me know how it is later.
Honestly, it's kinda scary. It's a diary from a dead girl who killed a bunch of people. Makes me feel kinda sick.
Aw, sorry. If you're not feeling it, we can read it together tomorrow. Might be easier then, right?
No, I'll be fine. I just need to remember it's just a book.
Okay, but feel free to text me or give me a call if you need someone, though.
I will. Thank you. Today was really fun.
We should hang as a group more often. I know Ozzy will want to.
I can't help but chuckle. Lily's really nice and gets along great with everyone. Talking to her is comforting. Even Lucas doesn't really lash out at her as much as the others. If you can convince Lucas and Late to come as well, I'd love to join.
I'll chat to him. It's 9 already, so I'm going to head to bed. Night.
Good night. I'll see you at class tomorrow. Feeling a little better, I slipped the phone into my pocket. I know if I keep it out, I'm just gonna feel like distracting myself. With everything out of the way, bring my focus back to the journal. It's a little less scary now, but it's definitely eerie. Putting those thoughts out of my mind, I open the cover. I'm greeted by a familiar message on the inside of the front cover. Property of Elena Lawson, please call 202-555-0106 to return. I'm almost tempted to try calling in, even though I know the number isn't active anymore. Moving on to the next page, it's surprisingly simple. Just a normal sheet of paper with writing in it. No tools, no cute stickers, no other random accessories. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what people put in their diaries. Putting that aside, I finally get around to reading. Do I need to do a different voice for Elena? May, do you want to be Helena?
Give me a voice.
Good question.
I'm back. What did I miss?
Nothing. We were questioning if Helena should have a voice or if I should just read it in Wallace's voice because it's Wallace reading.
Ooh.
The fuck was that noise?
Me thinking. It's a heavy lifting kind of thing.
Oh.
Anyway, I don't, the character isn't technically with us, but this is their diary. Maybe we can experiment and see how we feel, and what feels good, what feels less good.
Mm-hmm.
So, wait, which one of us should try to do first?
What do you mean?
I mean, should you, or should I, or should May?
I don't know.
What do you think would fit? It's your video. You're the boss.
Oh no. I don't wanna.
It's okay. Take your time.
I'm gonna fucking scream, I swear to God. Anyway, I'll just read it with Wallace's voice, it's fine. Hey,
Yeah.
or is it Dear Diary? Do people actually do that? Well, I guess I should really be writing Dear Mom, since I know you're going to be reading this. It's the only reason I'm writing this, after all. Guess this diary wasn't our idea. Explains why it was so new. It's my first day moving in. Not really much to say yet. Haven't met my roommate. I guess she isn't moving in today. The room is nice, if a little small. There isn't much space for my clothes, though. Hopefully I can meet my roommate soon. I hope we can get along. None of these entries are dated at all. That makes things a bit awkward trying to figure out when each of these take place, but I guess I have to make do. Still feels extremely uncomfortable reading from the perspective of a murder, especially one as normal sounding as this. So, Mom, you're not gonna believe this, but my roommate is totally cool. She's got her own car and it's pink! Can you believe it? We hit it
Oh
off.
my god, I have a friend whose car is pink.
Oh my god, your friend is Helena's roommate. Are they also dead?
What? No. Thankfully. I'm going to her birthday party at the end of the month.
Damn, and I'm not invited. How dare.
Not sure if it's your kind of party. I don't know.
What does that mean?
Lots of drinking.
It is not. Anyway, we hit it off really well too. Her name is Quinn, and she's an Arctic fox. Mercy even likes her, so that has to be a good sign. Can't wait to start school next week. Mercy chose some of the same classes as me for her general classes, so we can hang and help each other. I know it's going to be a great year. Even though it's only the second entry, I feel very heavy all of a sudden. It's almost painful to read. How did someone who seems so happy and surrounded by people who liked her turn out so bad? What happened exactly? Waiting more answers, I grab my laptop off my bed and place it next to the book. I'm not gonna dive too deep into the details, I just want to check a few things. It doesn't take me too long to find what I'm looking for. They were right, this was big. There were 3 victims and herself who died that day. 19-year-old Arctic fox Gwen Willow, who was her roommate. 18-year-old mouse Mercedes Hills, apparently her best friend according to her parents. 21-year-old Badger, Connor Hugh, her boyfriend, and lastly, 19-year-old Leopard, Helena Lawson. Her motive for killing them was that Conrad has been cheating on her with both Quinn and Mercedes. She flew in a rage and killed all of them. When police arrested Helena, she was apparently not responding to any kind of questioning, completely non-responsive. When placed in her cell for the night, she killed herself by clawing her own throat out.
Yikes.
Already from that, you're getting some alarm bells, right?
Yeah.
Like, something off.
Yeah.
Still processing that information, I just sit back in my chair and stare at the ceiling. Did she really kill them for that? She seems so nice, though. I know I don't know her at all, but I just can't see her doing that. There is something there that does catch my attention. Conrad Hugh. I haven't seen an entry on him yet. Picking up the book, I read the rest of the entries on the page. Most are just about her buying books in preparation for classes and going out with Ken and Mercedes. The next few pages are very similar. Just her explaining how her days have been going, only bits and pieces really worth noting. She seems really enthusiastic about starting college. She's even taking 5 classes. I mean, I know that's not super abnormal, but I only took 4 for my first semester. I am forced to take 6!
What? I honestly have no idea how many classes I have to take.
I have to take 6. I am forced to take 6.
Oh dear.
I mean, I know that's not super abnormal, but I only took 4 for my first semester. Well, her entries are addressed to her mother, too. They seem to have a pretty close relationship. No mention of a father yet, though. Final entry on the 5th page shows something worth noting, however. Mom, listen to this! Quinn is making me meet up with someone and I have a pretty good idea what this is about. She was always mentioning how her business management class is right next to the football field, and she's gotten a bit close with a lot of them. I think she's gonna set me up with a hottie. Shut up, you straight white woman. Don't worry, I'll keep you informed. Here in this diary where you can't sabotage it. It's gonna be a total hunk, I know it. So I'm not gonna let you be a prude. I'm guessing that's Conrad. Oscar mentioned the guy who died was on the football team. I'm gonna call you tomorrow too. I know there's some stuff we need to talk about. Of course, when you read this, that would have already happened, but it makes me feel better telling it to you here. Feel safer. That's rather ominous. When I turn the page, however, I find something wrong. More accurately, I find something missing. There's a jagged bit of paper in the crease, and I see the next page is missing. That's strange. What about the rest of the book? To my even bigger shock, the remainder of the book is littered with missing pages. Despite having half the book remaining, the writing just ends, and the page afterward is ripped out. Whatever final entry was is gone. Flipping to the end, can't find any other writing until the final page. At the bottom of the page, in Helena's handwriting, some things are too painful to remember. The ink on the page is smudged, and I can only guess from her crying while writing. Little dots of stains across the whole page back up that theory. There's something strange about it, but I can't put my finger on exactly what. I closed the book. The weight of everything a bit too much right now. Not wanting to be in my room, I shuffle over to the door and into the hallway. The air is much cooler here. Looking towards the end, the window's open. Night air blowing against my face is a welcome moment of respite. It's refreshing, even if it's a bit much. Lean against my door and just bask in the silence for a while. The only sound accompanying me is my own breathing. I'm not sure how long it takes before I compose myself, but when I do, I check my phone for the time. Uh, it's it's 4:39 a.m. Jesus, how long was I reading for? I wasn't even looking at the time when I was searching on my computer. For fuck's sake, I have my bio lab at 8. Shaking my way into my room, I quickly slapped my laptop closed and rushed to the bed. Some things are too painful to remember. I'm standing on a ladder. I'm only a few steps off the ground, but it feels like I'm stuck. Frozen in time. Everything around me is dark for some reason. Well, except for one thing. There's one single piercing light in the distance. It's so painful to look at, it's blurring. As I force myself to focus, it begins to become clearer. I can make something out in the distance. It's... I smack my head against the headrest as I jolt awake out of bed. My heart is racing and I'm having issues focusing on what's around me. It takes me a couple moments before I calm down and realize there's nothing wrong. A roar screams throughout my head and I curl up in pain. How am I even supposed to think with this stabbing headache? With a whimper, I close my eyes and slide my head across the nightstand till I find my phone. Screen blindingly bright when I open my eyes. 7 a.m. Fucking hell, I only got to like 2 hours of sleep. I give anything to go back to sleep, but I can't afford to miss classes. I will leave a bad impression on my first week. Plus, labs have mandatory attendance. Sluggish, I pull my exhausted body out of my bed and force myself to get ready for class. I nearly walk into the door as I push into the stairwell, being able to focus. My biology lab was a complete train wreck on my part. Thankfully, it was just an introductory class and was mostly going over the curriculum and expectation for lab lessons. Lab lessons, last session. Jesus Christ!
Blah lesson. Blah lesson.
What if I kill you and stab you and murder you? Anyway. Oh,
Blah 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 less.
blah, 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 kill yourself. I wasn't paying the slightest attention. Hope that doesn't come back and bite me in the ass. Snuck in a small nap in the library, but my body feels exhausted. My headache is mostly gone, replaced by a heavy blocking sensation. I just really want to go back and get some proper rest. The Wednesday session for my media class is in a different building than last time. It's on the lower floors of the arts building. Unlike the first lecture, which is in the fine arts building. I didn't even know there was a difference between arts and fine arts. And I'm too lazy to look it up. I'm glad the class was at 3 p.m. or else finding this would have been a mess. Wish the campus layout wasn't so confusing. Hello, Lily. I think. No. Yep, it is Lily.
Yep.
Hey, fat. Hey. Give me a second. That was
Take your
weird.
time.
Hey, fancy running into you here.
Normally, I would be extremely startled and jump, but I just don't have the energy today. Turning around, I see a familiar female canine. She has a white grin covering her face, and she seems to be radiating energy. Hey, Lily, how are you doing?
Wow, you look awful. Are you okay?
This is the second time someone has said that to me as I met up with them within 2 days.
That doesn't answer my question.
I'm fine. I just didn't sleep much last night. I was almost up all night reading about Elena. That seems to have piqued her interest, and she leans closer.
Did you find out anything interesting?
Not really. Jesus Christ, talking like this is making me tired. Not really. They're mostly just normal diary entries about her moving in and starting university. I'm only a few pages in, though.
Damn, I was hoping for something more substantial.
There's some weird stuff about it, though. A bunch of pages are missing.
I guess she wanted to hide some entries. Let's save the rest for when we're with the group, though. Give us all a little recap.
That's basically all there was, though.
Well, did you bring the diary? We can read it together then.
Yeah, it's in my laptop bag.
Great, let's head in then.
She grabs my arm and basically drags me from the bottom of the stairwell all the way down the corridor until we stop at one of the doors. Room 04. Apparently the floor below ground has a room starting with 0. Going inside, there's a much smaller number of students than there were at the lecture. Noticing my confusion, Lily clears it up pretty fast.
Oh, there's actually multiple different second classes. They're run by assistant professors, not Professor Merkel. He only does Monday lectures even though he's our professor.
Why are there multiple different classes?
Since these are more practical-based classes, more one-on-one attention is needed, and that isn't really possible in a class of 250.
Oh, that makes sense.
So they're split into one on each of the days, each a class of 50. If you got the Monday one, you get the practical before the main lecture. It's really awkward.
That makes sense. I guess I didn't really think about it that much. Though, to be fair, it's hard to think at all today. Sitting at the table furthest from the front is Lay, Oscar, and Lucas.
Well,
Despite-
hello there.
Yes, you finally
Fancy
have
seeing
a
you
voice.
here.
Fancy seeing you here. Fuck. Anyway,
Fancy seeing you here.
shut the fuck up.
You look awful.
Shut up.
You look worse for that.
Why are you British? Despite sitting at the same table, they're definitely not sitting together. It's a large square table, like the rest of the class. Each of them sitting on different sides, the final side being pressed against It's a large square table, like the rest in the class. Each of them sitting on different sides, the final side being pressed against the wall. It almost feels like they're avoiding each other. I thought we were on pretty decent terms after yesterday's lunch. Then again, Lay was always distant, and Lucas wasn't really comfortable with either of those two. He even admitted to me that he didn't mesh well with them. It makes sense that he'd be avoiding them. Oscar's looking at us as we approach, definitely much more chipper.
Hey, hey! Welcome to the party.
If these were the college parties I was promised, I'll be very disappointed.
They laugh together, quite loudly. Thankfully, the room is filled with students chatting, so it isn't particularly attention-grabbing.
Ha 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 ha. Sorry?
I have something very thin in my hand. I will shove it up your ass.
Yeah, I can definitely believe that it's very thin.
Yes, it's like one of those things that you use to tie your hair without it actually being a hair tie. Like one of those sticks.
Why are you so interested in doing that, though?
What do you mean?
Oh my god.
I just like having something in my hand. Okay?
It's not that. The showing up your ass.
Because you keep interrupting me!
Why that specifically, though?
Okay, would you rather I stab your heart?
Sure.
Oh. Okay. Blaze seems to be looking at me, a concerned look covering his face.
Enough sleep?
You have no idea.
How much?
2-ish hours?
Fucking hell, kid. What were you doing?
I was up all night reading the diary and doing some research. Thought it might help. He gives me a deep sigh, but he doesn't seem upset, just concerned.
Jesus. Please, try to get more sleep. You look like you're about to fall and eat shit. Again.
Hi, Lucas! Shut up! Lucas doesn't have as pronounced a reaction as Lay, but he still looks interested in our conversation. Maybe he's just trying to distract himself. Didn't notice it until now, but Lucas looks pretty bad too. A familiar bad look. It's the same one from the first lecture.
What time did you go to sleep?
Around 5 a.m. His ears flick at that, and he raises an eyebrow, not giving away an ounce of what he's thinking. Lay, on the other hand, sighs and runs a hand across his face.
And what time did you wake up?
7. Lay looks like he's about to slam something onto the desk. I don't think he's angry, just extremely baffled. What? One time I slept from 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. and I was fine. Stop being such a baby, damn. Lucas looks unperturbed. In fact, he seems pretty unsurprised.
I mean, I myself have been doing all-nighters here and there.
I don't...
Not for like any particular reasons, but just... Okay, one time I was over at a friend's house. We were watching some games and stuff, and we ended up, you know, staying over like the whole night to the point where I could get the train and bus home the next morning.
Good job.
That's fairly late. That's around when I went to sleep.
I gape at that, and with how wide Lay's eyes are, he's just as shocked, but Lucas clarifies before either of us can interrupt.
I don't have to get up at 7. It's not that bad. And all my other classes are online, so I can stay home and do them later than usual. Wish I was fucking there than this shithole.
There it is. I was thinking Lucas was acting surprisingly calm compared to the last 2 days. Lay doesn't even react. Instead, oh, I'm gonna kill myself. Lay doesn't even react, instead opting to revert back to his distant quiet mode.
So what's with the distance? You guys look like you're trying to stay as far away from each other as possible.
6 feet apart or 6 feet deep!
What? I'm still on sluggish Wallace mode that I don't understand what the fuck you just said.
6 feet apart or 6 feet deep? It's something a YouTuber called Taps once said.
Okay.
During like a pandemic video.
Okay. Lily must have finished her conversation with Oscar because she suddenly talks to all of us. Didn't want to ask about it, but it doesn't seem like Lily has any reservation about that kind of thing.
I wanted to sit next to him, but when I tried to sit next to Lucas, he told me to fuck off.
He gives a big laugh at that, treating the whole thing like a giant joke. Don't.
When I asked the big bad boy over there, he just shook his head. Now I'm sitting all lonely over here.
Despite giving some puppy dog eyes at the end, he can only hold it for a few moments before smirking again.
I don't feel like getting groped, Smiley. Oh. Oh, are we actually doing that nickname?
Lay just shrugs and doesn't respond. Instead, someone else does.
Listen, meathead. Yesterday, you basically rubbed up against Wallace. I'm good and pretty sure Lay is too.
I don't like being touched.
See? Samesies!
Shut up and die.
I mean, like, out of nowhere, like, no, like, warning, I guess I can get, like, kind of uncomfortable with that. I don't know. What about you?
Oh, I thought. Oh, you Pikamain was saying samesies. I thought you were saying samesies as Lucas. That's why I said fuck up and die.
Bruh.
Ooh.
Stupid. Okay. That is not Oscar's voice. What the fuck was that?
Boo! You guys are no fun. Nothing's wrong with a little fun between bros, right? Don't you kiss your homies goodnight?
No. No one reacts to that one, leaving only a poignant deadpan silence. No one playing along, he gives up that charade and turns his focus onto me. But a mischievous looks in his eye that has me worried.
What about you, Wallace? You want to give me a nickname too?
What?
Come on, man. Everyone else has. You gotta give me one too.
I consider pointing out that Lucas wasn't exactly giving him a nickname, I was just insulting him. Then again, Oscar doesn't really seem to mind being insulted, he just finds it hilarious. I don't know. I like Oscar. It's fitting and fun. I like calling you that. That catches him off guard for some reason. Is that a bashful expression on his face? I must be more tired than I thought.
Oh, jeez, man. You're gonna get me blush. Alright. You can call me Oscar.
That's your name. It's expected he'd use that anyway. You're exceedingly dense.
Well, let's take our seats.
Lily seems to quickly interject into their bickering. She leans over and whispers into my ear.
Before someone says something they can't take back. So,
She's suddenly much louder and unfortunately still next to my ear. Leaning away from her so I don't lose my hearing, I managed to catch the rest of it at a reasonable level.
where do you want to sit, Wallace? Best decide fast. Looks like class will start soon.
Why can't we sit next to Lily? She seems chill.
I don't know, but we're gonna find out who we sit next to in the next episode! I'm gonna kill myself, I swear to God. Alright, I hope that you enjoyed this episode of Violet Memoir, and if you did, like, comment, and subscribe. Didn't scenes in any order, I don't really mind. And if content in my channel wasn't enough to satisfy you, can go over to Pikamain's channel.
Where I also do more visual novel stuff. Oh my god. I also do visual novel stuff, but yeah, I also do voice impressions and whatnot. Is it voice impressions or voice attempts? I still haven't fucking decided.
Your fucking problem. Anyway. And if you want to hear more of me, ha 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 ha, you can't.
Clap, clap, clap.
Yay! Clap, clap, clap. And I hope that I get to see you in the next episode, but even if I don't, I hope that you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye-bye!
Goodbye.
Bye.